What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily. Let's get into the tech news. Our first story today is about the Google Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. Now, these phones, especially the 6 Pro, we've heard that it's going to be a flagship phone, and these specs just truly show off how much of a flagship phone it's going to be. Now, it is a candy bar phone, but beyond that, which most people like candy bar phones, I'm not a huge candy bar phone lover. This is a massive, massive upgrade over the 5, the Pixel 5, and just, it's a true flagship phone. Check these specs out that are coming from Front Page Tech's website. I linked their article down below if you want to read it in its entirety, but let's first start off with the Pixel 6. Pixel 6 with a 6.4-inch AMOLED display. The camera will be at 50 megapixels. That's right, 50 megapixels. 12 megapixels ultra wide. The front camera will be 8 megapixels. And then you're gonna end up getting a 4614 milliamp battery. I love it, big battery in there. It's gonna have a Google processor, that's right, not gonna have a Qualcomm Snapdragon in there, have the Google's own processor in there, which we've heard that before. 8 gigs of RAM, storage will be 128 or 256, and it's gonna run Android 12 out of the box. Now let's jump to the 6 Pro. This is the big boy. 6.71 inch display. I love a OLED, plastic OLED display. You're also looking at cameras 50 megapixel wide, 48 megapixel telephoto, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide. I'm hoping that we're gonna get a crazy zoom on that with a megapixel that high. We'll wait and see though. Front camera 12 megapixels, battery 5,000 milliamps. It's all so cool. Google processor again, RAM 12 gigabytes of RAM, and a Google phone. You gotta be kidding me. This is freaking amazing. 128, 256, and 512 storage allotments, and it's gonna, again, run Android 12 out of the box. Check out the line at the bottom here. This is for the 6 and the 6 Pro. Google is committed to at least 5 years of software updates. You don't see that a lot on other Android phones. You see it on Apple phones, but this is a big get for Google to say, we're gonna give you 5 years of software updates so that if you keep this phone for 5 years, you're gonna still get updates. That's, again, a great selling point. And then beyond the specs, if we just talk about the phone overall, I think if they can get this price really good, it's gonna be a no-brainer for people to buy. If you're looking to go to Android, it's got a very clean experience with the software. It's fairly easy to use, and you can still customize it if you want in certain areas. You can't really add themes, but maybe they'll add themes or something in this, but who knows, probably won't. But still, it's gonna be Android, so you're gonna get all the luscious Android multi-window stuff, and you can change your icons and all your wallpapers and your lock screens and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to this Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. And the last story of the day is, what do you think is the most popular app used on Android, and what is the most popular Samsung app? Not what the people on Galaxy phones use the most, but the actual Samsung app that's the most popular. So I'll tell you, before we jump into this list, I would, and I don't know for sure, but I would guess my 2 most used apps are YouTube and Google Search and Instagram, Twitter, probably those 4, and it depends on the day which one I use the most, but those are probably my most 4. But let's see what everybody else uses. So this list was compiled by ComScore, and ComScore released this information. As you can see, the top used app, Google Play Store, which I do not use Google Play. I probably don't even go in there once a week. If I do, it's just to update my apps manually. But ultimately, I don't really ever go into the Google Play Store beyond that. Google Search, I do use, like I said. YouTube, yup. Gmail, I guess I forgot about Gmail, so yeah, I probably use that a lot. Facebook Messenger, I use a fair amount. Google Maps. So all these Google apps obviously are the most popular ones. The 13th one, look at that, Samsung Calculator is the most used official Samsung app. Now, this isn't just for Samsung phones, this is for all Android phones, but the Samsung Calculator app is one of the most popular used because Samsung phones are so popular. And then towards the bottom there, you also see Samsung Email. And when I look at all these, I don't use Pandora. I don't even have Pandora installed on my phone at all. Beyond that, I use all these apps at least once a year, because some of these, like Google Clock, I use a Samsung Clock, but ultimately I use all these apps except that Pandora app. So I leave the question to you guys, What is your most used app on your phone? Or give me your top 5 most used apps that you think that you use. And out of that list also, is there any apps you don't use at all? Let me know, that aren't even installed on your phone. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road.